Hi everyone, welcome to our channel Mindful Convo. Don't forget to subscribe the channel so that you will be notified for new topics. So our today's topic will be in continuation with our previous video where we have discussed about Porter's 5 forces model. So this model is used to identify the competition within the market. So there are 5 segments of this model. First is competitive rivalry. So it is measuring our performance with respect to competitor by calculating the market share. If our market is less, then we should think about the strategies to dominate the market. So in this segment, the organization has to measure the share of the competitor in the market and compare it with the share of organization itself in the market. So it is a very good approach to know whether the particular organization stands in the market. Other segment is threats of new entrants. So it is the competition that is not in our marketplace but might join our marketplace. It will depend on the setup cost. So if the low setup cost is lower, then there are more chances of entering of new entrants into the market. Obviously, we can take here example of technology. So if the technological cost is so much high, like there are huge technological advancement within the strategies of the organization, and the products they are manufacturing requires huge technological advancement, so obviously the setup cost will be high, and the new entrants will think before entering or before going for such huge setup cost. So setup cost plays a huge role to decide whether the new entrants can enter into the market or not. Third segment is buyer power. So if we have a small number of large customers, then they tend to exert pressure on us for discounts, better payment terms, or preferential payments. So if there is a large group of buyers who are dominating the organization, take the discounts, and they also want the finished goods to be provided to them at a very cheaper rate. So in that case, organization have no other, you can say they don't have any other alternative. Anyhow, they have to provide goods to those buyers because they are dominating the organization and they are in huge number and they carry a huge power in the market. Then fourth segment is supplier power. So if switching for us is easy, we can exert pressure on supplier for cheaper material. So if there are so many alternative buyers, we can easily approach them, we can bargain from them that to give us the products or the raw materials at lower cost. But if there is a single supplier, then we have no choice but to buy from it. In that case, supplier can easily exert pressure on us. And in some cases also, it is a very common scenario that if a particular buyer who is common for our organization, like we are purchasing the raw materials from that particular supplier from the initiation of the organization, then in that case we are bound to purchase from that supplier because we rely the quality he is providing. So there are so many factors which determines the supplier power. Now moving on to the fifth segment, it is threats of substitute products. We have to analyze the threat of alternative products used by competitors available in the market. So if substitute products are of good quality, are of cheaper rate, then there will be less demand of our products in the market. So basically, you have to gain a good understanding of these segments, and you have to just apply these points in a question. So in ACCA questions, you will be given a whole case study and you have to apply this particular model. So I won't suggest you to write huge stories, long answers. It will be more than sufficient if you write to the point and relevant answers. There is no point of like attempting the paper in such a way that you are just filling up the pages. So in this case also we can take one question. I have decided to take this question because it was related to this particular model. And in case if you want me to take up any other question in which you have confusion, or in any case, you can tell me in the comment section and I can easily try to make up the video on that question. And also if you want me to discuss some other topics in which you are facing some issues in APM, you can tell me and I'll try to make the video on priority basis. So let's discuss this question. The directors of ABC company, a well-established manufacturer of cardboard boxes, are currently considering whether to enter the cardboard tube market. So the company name is ABC and currently they are in the business of cardboard boxes and they want to enter the cardboard tube market. So let me tell you the good approach to attempt the questions. Firstly, try to read the requirement of the question, because with the requirement you will came to know that what is actually required, what is actually the examiner demanding from the question. So you have to first read the requirement. So here it is required, using Porter's 5 forces model, assess the attractiveness of the option to enter the market for cardboard tubes as a performance improvement strategy for ABC company. So here now we have to keep in mind that we have to frame answer considering all the segments of Porter 5 forces model. Now coming back to the question, cardboard tubes are purchased by customers whose products are wound around tubes of various sizes, ranging from large tubes on which carpets are wound to small tubes around which films and paper products are wound. The cardboard tubes are usually purchased in very large quantities by customers. On average, the cardboard tubes comprise between 1% and 2% of the total cost of customers' finished product. So from this point, it is clear that there are huge number of buyers who want these products, and the total cost of the finished product is just 1% or 2% of the customer's finished product. So it means that the cost is not that much high. Here it means that the buyer power is very high. So obviously it is disadvantageous for the organization. So here we have covered the point of buyer power. So what you have to do while attempting the question, you have to just elaborate more about buyer power, like what is it, in a very short and crisp manner, and then add on that particular point in relevancy with the question you are attempting. You have to apply those case studies and whatever is written in the question, like the name of the company, you have to mention in all the points, taking or considering the points which are given in the question. Now, moving further, the directors have gathered the following information. The cardboard tubes are manufactured on machines which vary in size and speed. The lowest cost machine is priced at $20,000 and requires only one operative for its operation. A one-day training course is required in order that an unskilled person can then operate such a machine in an efficient and effective manner. So from this point, we can conclude that the threats of new entrants is huge, because there are 2 points. First is lowest cost of machine. So the machine cost is not that much high, and also the training course is of just one day, and the unskilled person will be pro in operating that machinery even in an efficient and effective manner. So we can conclude that threats of new entrants is high. Now in the second point, it is written that the cardboard tubes are made from specially formulated paper, which at times has been in short supply. So in the recent years, the raw material is in short supply. Means we don't have much options for suppliers. We can't bargain much. We can't switch very easily from one supplier to other supplier. So we have to stick to the limited suppliers. It means the supplier power is very high. Whatever the price they will be charging, you have to give them. The third point is, at present, 4 major manufacturers of cardboard tubes have an aggregate market share of 80%. The current market leader has a 25% share. So this share is a huge, and it clearly states that the rivalry existing in the market is very high. So the market shares of the other 3 major manufacturers, one of which is JOL company, are equal in size. The product ranges offered by the 4 major manufacturers are similar in terms of size and quality. The market has grown by 1% per annum during recent years. It means the market growth is not that much, and the other manufacturers of the same size are having a huge market share, so which is a disadvantageous point here. Now the fourth point is, a recent report on the activities of a foreign-based multinational company revealed that consideration was being given to expanding operations in their packaging division overseas. The division possesses large-scale automated machinery for the manufacture of cardboard tubes of any size. So it means globally also a company is thinking to make cardboard tubes of any size. So it is a huge threat for ABC company, because as per the reports, this particular foreign company is seeking for the operations expansion. The fifth point is, another company, Plastic Tubes Company, produces a narrow but increasing range of plastic tubes which are capable of housing small products such as film and paper-based products. At present, these tubes are on average 30% more expensive than equivalent sized cardboard tubes sold in the marketplace. So it is certain that the plastic tubes company will be manufacturing the plastic tubes. So we can take it as a substitute product. So if the customers find this substitute product of a better quality and of a cheaper rate, then for sure they will be purchasing this product. So after analyzing all these points, we can say that the decision of the directors to introduce the strategy of manufacturing the tubes is not that good because it is not in favor of the organization. But yes, if organization decides to purchase cheap material and produce a very good quality of product and keeping it the low price of finished goods, then they can easily earn from this particular strategy. So as of now, they should not opt this strategy. So that's all for this question. I hope you have get a better understanding of this question, and in case you find any doubt, feel free to comment me and I'll answer your queries. And my further videos will be on CSF and KPI balance card approach, and if any other topic you want me to discuss, I'll try to frame the video on that as well. Till then, goodbye, thank you, and yes, please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Bye, thank you.